I created this Trinity Bible study for one of my closest Jehovah Witness friends. As a fundamental Baptist myself, my Jehovah Witness friends kept telling me that we as Baptists got most of our Trinity verses out of the New Testament, and that the Old Testament doesn't teach Trinity at all. So with that in mind, let's find out if the Bible teaches Trinity by comparing both the Old and the New Testament Bible scriptures.
The Father draws us to himself. Okay, in John 6:44, no man can come to me except the Father which hath sent me draw him, and I will raise him up at the last day. So there is no room for speculation here. There's no room for translation. The bottom line is the Father, okay, draws all mankind. So, except the Father which hath sent me, draw him. So, the Father is the one that draws all of us and draws us to him. Without that drawing of the Father bringing us or compelling us or drawing us to the Father, okay, nobody will be saved. And of course nobody would be raised up in the last day. But because of that, because the Father draws us to him, compels us to him, he is the one that we're compelled to go to, and that is to the Father. But here we have again the Son draws us to himself. So John 12:32, and I, if I be lifted up from the earth, will draw all men unto me. Now, this would make sense if it said all men will be drawn to the Father, but it says all men are drawn to me, which is Jesus Christ. So we have a big problem here. If Jesus is not God, then we are being drawn. I guess some of us are being drawn to the Father, and some of us are being drawn to the Son. That'd be the only way it would make sense with the way these verses are, which I don't know why he would be prejudiced in one group and then not be prejudiced in another, and maybe we're kind of like picked out like in a baseball team where you're going to be on Jesus' team and you're going to be on Father's team. That just doesn't flow with the idea of Scripture. However, it perfectly flows with Scripture if Jesus and God are the same. So when it says that the Father, which has sent me, draws him, then there's no conflict if Jesus and the Father are the same, because when we're talking about that, then we're talking about when he says, I be lifted up from the earth will draw all men to me. Me would be God. And he's drawing men to himself. Makes simple sense, makes a lot of sense to me. In fact, it gets harder and harder to believe in non-Trinity when there's just so much overwhelming evidence like this and all the other verses that Trinity is the truth.
Thanks for watching. Be sure to watch the next video explaining the examples of the Old and New Testament Trinity verses.